Hello, YouTubers. Well, get me out here in the light. Light. Okay. I'm on YouTube last night, looking at dial indicators and how I put a dial indicator on this lawnmower, which is just a magnet. You put the dial indicator. I was wondering what the runout would be, whether it's, you know, 0.005 thousandths or whatever the shaft runout would be. And I came across this video. It says this guy has a hard starting lawnmower, and he figured it out. And I should have known this. I should have checked it. It's just one of those things that I think probably other people would have checked it. I just, you know, sometimes you don't work on ACs all winter long, and then the first time you work on one for a while, you got to think about what you're doing. And I guess sometimes I forget about, I get these lawnmowers and I don't know who's had it and how they've used it. And of course this one here, this Troy-Bilt, was not well taken care of. The blade was all bent. That should have given me seeing how bent that blade was and how tattered it up was when I had to sharpen it. I tried to get it to work and it didn't. I should have known this is what the problem was, why this thing is hard starting. It's my fault. I take full responsibility. There it is. And I will zoom in on that for you. I'll get my little pen on my thing out here. There it go. There it goes. There's the keyway. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay. There's the keyway. It's supposed to be over here. So hitting a rock, he sheared the keyway off. This thing will run with the keyway off that much, but look at how far that is off. From there to there. It's off that much. So that's why this thing is hard starting and shaking and vibrating, and probably when I'm cutting grass being all funky. That's the problem. I should have known it. Alright. I guess maybe I won't be tearing this apart. I'll put a keyway in it and see how it runs. Alright, see ya. Bye. Well, here's one for the record books. I took this, there's the keyway. It's bent. Let's see if I can see the keyway. It's bent. It's supposed to be just straight like that. That keeps it in time. So this is the one from this mower. It's bent. Okay, so I came and got my parts mower. It's the exact same engine. I was thinking about switching this engine around if I found something bad in this one. And I took the keyway out of this one. I figured it would fit in there. And since I don't have a keyway, and look at that sucker. That one is also bent. That thing ran like a champ. Good compression, everything. And this thing had that little miss. Gee whiz. Okay. So I guess I'll find myself a key to put in that for the flywheel, and get one ordered. And I put that together and put this together somewhat and slide it in the garage. Alright, so hopefully that's what that is. Still going to do a compression check after I get this thing all put together. I don't think that would change the compression, but you never know. If that's off that much, the compression, instead of being on the compression, it could be leaking out the exhaust, or probably leaking out the exhaust valve, or the intake is hanging up a little bit. Either one. I'm not sure whether that's knocked into retard or into advancement, but I could be leaking compression out through the valves. So that might even be good. Alright, this little things, these little things. Hello, selling guy. It's Tuesday. Yesterday it was 101 heat index, and today it was 109 heat index. So I had to wait for a while till it cooled down today. I don't know what the heat index now is, but it's like 8:30 at night, and I want to start this lawnmower. I got some keys the other day, and let's see what I got them here. Here's what they look like. They're in a little bag. Got a bag of them. So I put the keyway in there. Hopefully this thing starts a lot easier. We're going to find out because I'm going to start it. Set this up. There it is. And see if it'll start on 3 primes. I think that's what it says on the see what it says on the instructional cover. Yep, 3. So it should start on 3 primes. I took the gas tank off and should be gas starting the carburetor. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. It still doesn't start. Ah! Oh, come on. Where's my starting fluid? Make sure I got the spark plug on. Yep, it's on there. See if that'll help start it. Alrighty, I'm back. It didn't start up like it should, even with the new keyway. So I left it run until it ran out of gas. That's my initial thing I was going to do. I figured, well, I'll put that keyway in there and see if it starts any better. It doesn't. It starts like a bear. I don't know. Sometimes these ones with these mowers with that primer bulb don't start well. My Toro, which is the same engine as this, it doesn't have a primer on it. I put some gas conditioner in it. I can't remember what I use. What is that stuff? Can't think of it right now. Stable. That's what I use. Stable. I put a little Stable in the gas at the end of the season. And I'll shake it up and I'll cut my grass, and then I'll drain what's gas out, and then whatever's left in the fuel bowl, I'll run that until the mower shuts off. Okay, that's dead. Next year, you know, I put it away in like October, and then I get it out in like March, you know. I put some gas in it, let it sit for about 20 minutes, go out there and pull it once and it starts up. I've had it since 2013, and I can count on this one hand how many times I had to pull it twice at the beginning of a season to get it started. I change the oil every 2 years. I clean the air filter out every year. I change the spark plug and air filter every 2 years. It depends. I've had some pretty bad years where it's really dusty and dry, and that filter gets pretty bad, and I'll change it out every year. But I don't put that many hours on it. It only takes me about, I don't know, 30 minutes to cut my lawn. So I might even lucky if I have 10 hours at the end of the season. So like I said, I change my oil about every 2 years. I put a good oil in it, you know. So I don't know why this thing starts so hard. Well, having low compression, I'm sure, doesn't help it any. So I got this motor sitting down here, and this is the one I took off that Troy-Bilt older mower. It's the exact same thing as what I have over there, except this is a 97. It just runs so much better. And this other one here, I'm trying to think of what year this one is. Let's see, this one is a 10. So that's made in 2010. This is in 97, and this thing runs better. I got one sitting out back. It's the new, what are they called? The new Briggs & Stratton. And that's crazy, that mower I have out back, that Briggs & Stratton one. That's a 2017 mower. I just got it this last year, so if you think it, they've kind of messed, like a couple years they trashed out that mower. Or maybe this year they trashed it, say 3 years. So 3 years they trashed out the deck of a mower. The deck is completely shot. I don't know what they did to the stupid thing, but the engine runs like a kitten, man. The thing runs great. It's built in 2017, and 3 years later you got to get another lawnmower? That's crazy. Take care of what you got. So, well, I guess that's good for me. So I got one of those, I can't remember what the new Quantum, the new Briggs & Stratton overhead valve, I think it's some kind of Quantum or something. So I'll have to see whether I replace it with this one here on the floor and clean it up and put it on that deck, or I redo this one. I don't know. This other one isn't a primer one, so I'm not really a big fan of primered ones. I don't know why. Just they don't. If they work good, they work great. But when they don't work good, they don't work good. Period. And I primed that thing until I could smell gas in there, and I'm just like, so that's probably the compression. I don't know. I'm optimistic of maybe overhauling that engine, because I know this one here is good. Putting it on there and see if I can get it running. I mean, I love a challenge. And believe me, this lawnmower has been very challenging. So we'll see what happens this winter. All right, catch you later. All right, bye. Hello, it's Selling Guy 60. I'm here working on my, this is the Troy-Bilt headache. I was trying to put these two engines together and swap them out because I thought everything was the same. Well, the piston is the same, the piston is the same, all the components are the same, the block is the same, except for the crank. The crank on the 2011, or sorry, the 04, I think it is. Working on too many lawnmowers lately. The 04 has a 7/8 shaft, and the 97 has an inch shaft. So I thought that maybe I could just take this is the 97. I thought maybe I could just use this that would be the same height as this, sorry, as that, but this here, there's a 1/4 inch difference between these pulley sizes, and this pulley size would be smaller, and that means I'd have to sit there and try to figure out what belt to have to go onto it. And I don't know that much about, I know some of the mechanics of the lawnmowers, but I never got into swapping out belts and decks, and so this is all news to me. So looks like I'm going to be taking this one apart and seeing what's not working with it. So that's kind of a disappointment for today, but it is what it is. I'm going to be looking for a lot of different things in this 04 motor. Like I said, you know, it's got a little vibration, which I found out was the keyway was bad. But then once I got it going, it still has a little bit of vibration. I wasn't sure if the governor was working right on it. I'm going to check everything. I take this thing apart, I'll be checking the valve clearances and everything else. So I'll take you along with me. And it's too bad I couldn't just swap the parts over on this thing. I was so confident. I had checked everything online except for the crankshaft. So the cranks on the older ones are block is the same. The crank is different. I guess I could swap cranks around. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff. I could take the piston out of this one and put it in that, and then I take the piston out of the 97 and put it in the 04. I could take all the other inner components, and I don't know. I don't know until I get in there what's going on. So we'll see what's happening, and I'll let you know here. All right, see you later. Bye. Okay, I'm ready to start taking the stuff off this. You've seen me do this before. I'm going to take the tank and the carburetor off, take the muffler and all that stuff off, set it over here on the table. Sure, you don't want to listen to my air compressor. It wake up the dead. It's so loud. So I'm going to strip this down, or shut it off now. Strip this down, and then I'll come back once I got it all tore down. And if I ran into anything interesting, I will let you know. All right. Okay, I got thing tore down, and my compressor's acting up again. Fun. It's turning out to be a good Saturday. Whoa! There we go. So I got everything off the engine. There's Jacob. Hey, Jacob.
Hey.
And everything looks okay. The head gasket, not bad. Usually your head gasket, usually the head gasket will blow out here by the exhaust. And usually it'll blow out right here. Right by, let's see, yeah. Right here by the exhaust. Exhaust and intake here, it gets hot, and usually it'll blow out right here. But this one has a very good surface on it, so I don't think we got a head gasket problem. I don't know until I get the valves out. I don't know how bad they didn't look too bad. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, and then I don't know about the compressor here. Compressor's making some noise. I fixed this thing. I probably got I've had this for 10-12 years, maybe 15 years, and I had a couple pieces break on it. I fixed that. I had the switch go out. That's why I got the regular switch in here, and I was using it this summer, and it kept kicking off the breaker. Well, I changed the breaker out. Well, I've been running this kind of, usually I just run it, fill up a tire or something, but taking this thing apart here with this little air ratchet, it's been working a little bit harder, and now it's starting to stink. So I'm thinking it's on its way out. So I'm gonna clean up the engine in an oil pan and take the power washer and power wash it. I'll show you that, and get it back up here. I want to see what the specs are on the intake and exhaust. I want to just check those before I take it out and see possibly something wrong there. But I still think it's something the internal. Okay, alright, catch you later. Say goodbye. Say bye, Jacob.
Bye.
Okay. Finally stopped raining long enough so I can get this done, huh? There we go. It's not kicking off. Is that mate working? Oh, there we go. Alright, now it's working. Come on. Okay, I gotta go shut the water off now. Whose idea was this anyhow? Wasn't raining before, it was just like sprinkling. I gotta go in the back to shut the water off. What'd I do for you guys? I tell you. Alright, here I go. Yep. Oh sure, now it stops raining. I tell you, it's crazy. Alright, my battery died before, so I go change that out. Got the bottom case off. Here's that governor deal. Actually, it sits over, this thing sits right here. This is the governor, this arm right here. And this is the thing I thought might be damaged. So let's take a look at it. Well, looks alright. Yeah, see when that this thing starts to spin, this thing opens up, and that deal there makes the governor, makes the engine rev up and rev down. Huh. I don't see any chunks out of this like it was with that my green machine that had a bunch of stuff out of it. And all the teeth are there. That's interesting. I'll put that in there. Let's see what the camshaft looks like. Lobes look good. See there? Got points on the lobes. There's a one there. That looks good. Huh. Alright. Here's the lifters. This is what pushes up on the end of the valves. Drained all the oil out of it, and when I took the sump off, I had to dump some more oil back in that pan, and then I had some more here. Oh, pizza guy's here. Alright, I'll pause you while I deal with the pizza guy. I guess wrong pizza guy. I seen that Marco's, I was like, wait a minute, I thought we ordered Pizza Hut, but I never know with Flo. Okay, supposed to be getting a pizza here, oh, 20 minutes, okay. In 20 minutes. Okay, where was I? Okay, I took the cam out, the cam looked good. I don't know. Watch these sharp edges, man. Get you every time. Yeah. Well, I'm going to mark these caps. I'll show you. I can just do that right now. So you put them back the same way you took them off. You mark these caps so when you take them off, you put them back in the same orientation that you took them off. So put a dot right there. And we'll put a dot right there. We know those two dots go together. Alright, I gotta get some stuff together and break this thing loose. And let's see what we can come up with here. Not that size. Looks like maybe be a, what size this is? 5/16. That's it. See if I got a 5/16 wrench. We'll break them loose. Should have one in here somewhere. 3/8, 11. Tell me you don't have one. 7/16. Tell me I don't have a 5. Oh, there he goes. There's a 5/16. Let's see if we get some loose. Oh boy. Wow. That puppy's on there. Come on. Wow. Okay, get that one loose. That one's loose. Yeah, forgot how tight these little buggers get. That one's loose. You're still in the. Okay, you want to make sure you're still in the shot here. In frame. Funky angle. A lot of room in these things sometimes. Come on. Gee whiz, really? Okay, I'm gonna shut this off. This is gonna take a while. Alright, back. This took me a while to get them screws out. This dang screws go to China. Yeah. This looks good. It's not scored or anything like that. And crank looks good. I don't know about the piston rings, and let's rim that up. Maybe we'll pop the piston out and see what the cylinder looks like. And push that up. Come on. There we go. There's one ring. Oh. I'm up. Oh. Wow. Huh. Let's get the long screwdriver. Get that up under that piston. Pop it out of there. There we go. Belly. Yeah. Don't look too bad. Put that back in there. Let's look down through the bore. You and I at the same time. Can you see that? Not too bad. Got a little scoring. Not too bad. Take the gloves off. Bring my hands up a little bit so I don't get oil all over the camera. Get you in a little closer. I'll put the light in behind that and you should be able to see it better. Yeah, not too bad. Get it down this way. Got some funky stuff at the top here, but that's just where the piston comes up and stops. That's where the ring stops, right there. I don't think there's a ridge here. Nope. No ridge. Let's look at the piston again. Yeah, somebody texted me. Yeah. Piston's a little grungy on the top, but not bad. So looks like we've got a little work more to do on this. Back in there. Alright. Yeah, it looks like we got a little bit more work to do. Piston doesn't seem too bad. Rings look okay. The cylinder isn't scored. The rod cap and the crank look nice and shiny. So, you know, other than those valves, I didn't have any lash at those valves, so those valves, I don't know if they're receding. They might have been sticking open just a little bit, and that might be where we lost the compression, because the rings don't look too bad. I'll take a ring and I'll do some testing and slide it up and down the cylinder and see what I've got for what the difference is, but I don't know. Nothing is screaming at me that it looks bad, so it might just be a little bit of everything. Maybe the lack of compression, the valves being off, that keyway being way out of time on the flywheel, the keyway being bent. So, alright, scratch my head here for a while. This is all I'm going to do today. I'll talk to you on Sunday, which is tomorrow, which, if I remember, a different colored shirt. Alright, see ya. Bye.